Well, hello everyone and welcome or welcome back to Life of Wonders. This is Polo and I love making videos of dolls, toys and Disney collectibles. And as always, if you like this kind of content and you feel like supporting the channel, then you already know what to do. So today's the day and we're going to be unboxing and reviewing in detail the Radiance Collection Belle doll. We're going to top it up from Mattel Disney 100 dolls to the Radiance collection, which is a little bit of a step forward to quality and collectability level, I think. And the prices as well are a little bit higher. So let's see what are the differences between the previous two that I've already reviewed, that is Cinderella and Tiana. And let's start reviewing the Radiance collection, starting with the first installment that was Belle. I'm very excited about this one, especially because I think that these ones, all three, Belle, Jasmine, and Aurora, actually were supervised as a director manager by Mark Monteroso, and Mark Monteroso was the designer behind the Ultimate Princess Celebration Jasmine, and he was so nice. I remember, I mean, he commented on my video back in the day when I was reviewing that Jasmine, and it was one of my favorite designs from the whole series. And so I actually trust that by the supervision of Mark, these dolls are going to feel elevated to a level that I kind of require from collectible items. So let's see. First of all, what we can see here is the packaging. The packaging is like really elegant and very high quality. I mean, I think that they've put quite a lot of the budget into the packaging, which I feel good about it, but then I also feel like, okay, um, if I could just, you know, choose between packaging and more budget onto the dolls, I would rather prefer to use that onto the dolls. Like, even though, again, the packaging feels like quite sturdy, it's heavy, it's shaped like a gemstone with the, sparkle of the radiance. And then right over here, we can see Belle's signature, and I believe is the same one that you can get from Belle at the parks. Then here we have the Radiance Collection logo, which is super nice. I don't know if you can see it, but there is like an embossed sort of like two-tone, like matte and glossy finish to the box, and right there we have the Disney Collector logo. It's very thick, and then in the middle we have this gold trim that goes all the way around. The color, I would say, is like a burgundy red wine sort of like color. And then on the back we can see again Belle's signature, the Mattel Creations, the Mattel logo and Mattel Creations, and then it directs us to Disney.com, not Shop Disney or Mattel Creations, but rather Disney.com, which is interesting. And then this is the little introduction. I will read it out loud for you. So, Belle's kindness and courage shines through the darkness to bring light back to the Beast Castle. Inspired by her memorable yellow gown, this sparkling Radiance Collection Belle doll captures the bold and bright heroines of Disney's Beauty and the Beast. Belle's jacquard and sheer pleated gown is decorated with elegant charmeuse rosettes, while tear-shaped gems recall the falling petals of the enchanted rose. In stunning detail, Belle will be the gem of your doll collection. That is so sweet, and we're actually given a lot of like little hints here of what we're just about to find on the doll. So again, just to make clear, this isn't supposed to be like a replica of her yellow or gold iconic gown, but rather an inspiration for a whole new level, and a whole new take, with creative liberties. So even though it doesn't look like the one shown in the animation, that is actually the purpose. That was the goal. So anyway, I will be opening this and sharing what's inside. Excited? And this is what we can find as we open the box. And I have to say that it has the perfect display window because it's like incredibly open. So you can just look at the doll from every angle as you keep it like so. This is the pattern that is like a wallpaper almost, that's inside of the box, and again it's a very sturdy box, and it's giving me like art deco style. It's very, very elegant, and the doll itself looks so amazing. And I think the burgundy color contrasts so very well with the, yellow and the color palette that we find on Belle. Of course, I will be taking the plastic off. Maybe I can do this on camera because it's reflecting everything, and that way, without any cut, we can actually get closer to her. And I will be taking her out, but just to show you how she's displayed here, she's giving us a side glance, which I think is a step up to, a bit more of realism, I guess, because there's movement, there's something else, and so that elevates that doll to this doll to a whole new level. And I have to say, I love her face. I really do. I think it's the same sculpt that Mattel is using for the Playline Belle, but definitely feels so different with the screening that they've achieved this time. Now, the dress feels really beautiful, I have to say. The only thing, just, at a first glance, is that I really don't like the new princess bodies that they're using for the princesses as much. They're not close to a standard Barbie body, and maybe that is something that they can't do because they're different. Even though it's the same franchise, it's like a different label, and so probably they cannot use those measurements. But this Belle does feel like she's quite flat. I mean, she's a teen and I understand, but I don't know, the proportions of the body are really strange, in my opinion. But other than that, the dress feels really cool. So basically, okay, yeah, so we can actually have a peek at everything. We have a really nice satin, um, not as soft as previous satin materials that we've got in the past, but we have this really nice pleated overskirt, and then this one over here is so beautiful. It reminds me so much of one of the parks, Belle, that was like coming with something very similar. So there's the faux damask pattern, and then the rosettes, and they're also incorporated here. I mean, anyway, she's very, very pretty, and I will be taking her completely out, and we're going to explore her up close. Alright, so here we have our Belle doll out of the box, and I can say out loud that this doll is beautiful. She really is, and overall, I like her very much. But we're going to be exploring everything up close, so hopefully that will give you a better insight of what to expect. Well, the first thing that we notice is that this time around, there's a certificate of authenticity included, which wasn't as part of the Disney 100, and it feels quite deluxe. I mean, it feels much better than any other signature certificate that I do have from Barbie. Um, Even gold label, or I don't know if that is like Anyway, it feels much better, and it says Mattel Creations certificate of authenticity, and then in the back, Mattel Creations collab with Disney Collector, or yeah. This certifies that your Disney Radiance collection Belle doll was crafted, actually created through the collaborative efforts of Disney and designers and artists at Mattel. Well, very same thing as for Disney 100, but this time around we have the certificate here. Um, if you care about these things. Now, there's this stand included as well, but the thing is, and I have to be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed because it's the very same stand that we already got for Tiana and Cinderella. And I don't know why, I thought that we were going to get different shaped stands, probably like with the um, shape of a jewel or something, but it is the very same thing. So it has the base with the swirly design. I mean, it's pretty. I don't know how. Okay, I don't know how the plastic will age. What is going on? It is not focusing well. My camera. Sorry. Um. Okay, now. I mean, it's pretty, but it's already. I mean, it has this pearlescent effect, and it's already a little bit yellow. And I have the feeling that this will turn out more and more yellow over time. We have the Disney logo right here, and it's a subtle stand, but it clicks in between her thighs, so it's very secure. Anyway, we get that. I was expecting something else, but anyhow, so taking that aside, we can focus on our doll. And again, just overall, in general, I can say that she's absolutely beautiful, actually breathtaking, and it's quite possibly one of the best renditions or depictions of Belle wearing, I don't know, an homage to her iconic yellow gown in the recent years, I would say. Um, yeah, I mean, not taking into account the designer ones from Shop Disney, I think. But yeah, this is the best dress that that we've seen in the recent years for sure. Now, I don't know if you can notice this, but I mean, she has like the standard Caucasian skin complexion that we can get for Barbie, but for some reason I feel like her head has yellow undertones when compared to the body, and I can actually see a difference. It's like I don't know, it's almost like she's using like a foundation that's a little bit tanner than her skin complexion, which is a bit crazy. And again, I don't know if that is noticeable through the camera, but I mean, I'm noticing it. Now, the screening is very good. I mean, there's no pixelation or anything like that. It's just so very nicely done. Mine comes with a little like yeah, a tiny little something in the lower lip, but that's okay. I mean, she's looking gorgeous. I love the realistic take for the eyebrows, the thicker eyebrows, the side glance, the gold smoky eye, and then the detailing for the lips, actually, which we can find like different colors, and then the liner all around. I don't know, she's gorgeous. Now, I also appreciate that they've given us the widow peak, that it's very characteristic from Belle, and they've tried to reproduce her little bun here with ribbon that has like a little bow on the back. Now, the hair is saran, which is something I like. Is a dark brown color, but it also has like some, again, I don't know if this is noticeable, but I can see like it's almost like burgundy as well. And then I was comparing it because I will be comparing this one with the 1996 Mattel signature Belle doll, and they both have the exact same color, even though the fiber is different. This one is saran and the other one came with Kanekalon. But yeah, I mean, it has a bit of red. Um, Hopefully you can see that. And then the hair, I've already conditioned it a little bit because it was horrible, and it still looks a bit messed up. I don't know. I think I will wash it. The thing I don't like about it is that apparently, I mean, it's chopped at different lengths, which is something comparing with the other one that you'll see in a moment. I don't understand what's going on. I mean, I guess that for the little bun, so there's that length, but then we're getting this length, this other one over here. Then this is like shorter than other, like I don't know. I mean, it's weird that it's almost like layered in a random way, which I I would have appreciated a little bit more of consistency here and same length all around, other than just the center. But even in the center, we're getting like different lengths here. Anyhow, this is how it looks. I will wash it, and it will probably look much better. From the front, it looks alright. Now, when it comes to jewelry, she's having these beautiful rose earrings in a plastic gold. I wish they were chrome gold, but anyway, it's a really nice shade of gold. I mean, it's not super plasticky, but yeah. So I think it's a rose with the leaves on both sides. You can see it there. Again, beautiful face. Um, and then moving down, we find well, first of all, again, the body, which I find a little bit weird in a way, and not shaming or anything like that. I mean, it's cool, and I appreciate that we're given different types of bodies, but this body feels so cartoony in proportions. So that is something, I don't know. But anyhow, especially for like around the chest area, like the shoulders, and especially having such a big head. Like, the thing is, Shop Disney also has the dolls having really big heads, but I think that the proportions for the body balance that pretty well in a way. But if we shrunk it, then we've lost it, I think. I don't know. I don't know. That's probably, it's my opinion, but I have to say it because I feel like, I don't know, this could have looked so much better if it was like wider, if that makes sense. And the reason it is not wider is because the shoulders are just like so tiny right there. And anyway, I won't dwell to this. Um, what I love about the dress, well, there are different things. Well, first of all, about the accessories that will go with the dress are the gloves. I think these gloves, when it comes to gloves at this scale, we can only get them like sculpted or mittens. And I think that they've created these really cool organza mittens that even though they aren't sculpted, it doesn't feel or they don't feel as bulky as the satin ones we're so used to, even like from the designer fairy tale, whatever, from Shop Disney. They felt very simplistic, whereas these ones, as you can see through like the fingers, and then there's also like this ruching effect, so it's almost like creating wrinkles. That is a masterpiece. I think that these are probably the best gloves used on this scale of dolls. I don't know, that I've seen previously, seriously, because I have bigger dolls, even the limited edition bigger ones that do come with the mittens as well, and even my super beautiful toner doll for Belle comes with something like that. So I think that the execution and the, I don't know, yeah, the whole idea works perfectly. I wish they were a little bit higher up, but they're cool. At least she's coming with glows. Cinderella didn't, obviously, for Disney 100. Tiana didn't either, but she is. Now, moving aside from the gloves, we can only appreciate now the dress, and it's beautiful. I like the different layers and the different fabrics that have been used. This is my favorite fabric, and I think it's been used in a perfect way, creating this sort of like moment that we can also find on her iconic yellow or golden gown in the animation. So it drapes beautifully, even though it's like quite a sturdy fabric that has the faux damask actually textured. So it's like the fabric. It's not a print, which is, yeah, it's something I very much like. So it is part of the fabric, the design of the damask right there. I also very much like how they've accentuated the waist, even though for these princesses we're given a very rectangular sort of like torso, but they've managed to made it a little bit more refined by, you know, the construction of it, and so that I appreciated. That we have this pleated off the shoulders sleeves that will go around like so, and you can see that there's velcro on the back. And then they've applied these two rosettes right here on the front, and it's almost giving her those like princess poofy sleeves in a way, which she doesn't have in any other interpretation, but this one actually creates that feeling, and I like that. And I also love the rosettes here. So cool, so very nicely done, and I like it. And then moving down, I will go to the details of the gems in a moment. We find this new take, which is like all straight down with a pleated organza material that's stretchy and that gives a lot of volume, and then it also has like some sparkle. As you can see, the reflection of the light gives us that golden touch, which is super cool because the colors are quite, and you will see it when I compare her with the 1996 one, which is so much more gold in your face. And this one it's very subtle, um, but then there's an almost like an iridescent touch of gold in the fabric. And yeah, I love how it's there's even like some little petticoat or underlayer to secure these having the volume on top. So that is something that I hadn't noticed, but it's there. And then underneath we find the satin yellow skirt that has a really nice volume without having a petticoat or anything underneath, but it isn't like the softest. I mean, it's the very same satin as they used for both Cinderella and Tiana, but this one is actually hemmed, and you know, yeah, there's a very good volume all in all. Although I guess it works because again it keeps it like going down. What I like about this take is that uh, up until here we're getting like the silhouette of what we were used to for Belle, and then this is like a new take, which actually works so well, and I can see a Disney Princess Belle in the parks actually wearing something like it, like a reinterpretation of the dress like this would be so cool. Now the only thing is that the rosettes that appear on the front are not carried out on the back, so on the back we just find that. The only thing good about how they've done it in the back is that they still made it like, I mean, they gave it some shape, so it still has that, yeah, that volume and drapery sort of like moment, and then this isn't attached to the other layer, although these two are attached, and I hate when they do this. Like, I don't understand why. Because again, no, I would have preferred like complete separate layers. But other than that, pretty cool. It's the same effect on the back, and that is everything about the dress. Now we're going to see the shoes. Now, okay, before I show you the shoes, the articulation for the doll obviously is like the neck articulation, shoulder, elbow, wrist articulation, and yeah, and that's it. And then around like the thighs for like 90-degree angle seated position, but there's no knee articulation. And for these dolls, I think I can get it because they're supposed to be standing up. So that's fine. I would have loved this sort of articulation for the Disney 100. So at least we're getting a little bit more, and you can create poses with the extra 2 points of actually 4 points of articulation we're getting for her. And then the shoes are so nice. Okay, I will try to, you can, by the sound of it, you can see that the satin is a bit plasticky, so it isn't like the softest satin that they were using back in the 90s. It's a bit, yeah, but anyway, it looks good. And then these are the shoes. They're secure with rubber bands, and we have a rose motif that actually make me think so much of the ones that were part of the live action. And then on the back, we're having a little touch of influence from the Beast, and these are genius. I love these shoes so much, and it's a pity a standard Barbie doll can't fit these ones, because the feet are bigger than the standard. Apparently, I was told in one of the comments that for a curvy or a tall Barbie doll they can, but other than that, the standard or petite, obviously not. But they're very, very nice. Yeah, super nice. And so that is something very special from this release, and I really can't wait to see the ones from Jasmine and Aurora after I've seen these ones, because yeah, these shoes actually feel like a step a higher level than the Disney 100 that Tiana and Cinderella came with. So that's another thing. You can see the differences, right? And then, okay, let's talk about the jewels. I have to say that I like them. I always like something that's new, because again, it's giving us something that's not repetitive. Mine probably weren't like so symmetrically placed, but they're really cool. I originally thought that it would only come with the petals, but it actually comes with this trail of like 3 rhinestones in pale pink, and then a little one in gold, and it's very nice. Yeah, up close it really does look nice, and it adds something new to a little pop of color and a little pop of like, yeah, like luxe, I guess, a deluxe feeling of jewels. So without having embroidery or anything like that, it feels like, okay, so it has rhinestones, it has this fabric that's already having the pattern, not printed but actually part of the fabric itself. I don't know, just in general, I love this doll so much. And now I will be comparing side by side with the 1996 signature Belle Mattel doll, so we can see how it's changed over the years. And here we have them both, and what can I say? I mean, both of them are very beautiful in their own respective way, but you can see the differences between the 90s one with the newer one here. It's been more than a quarter of a century. It's been 28 years, and still I feel like the details and the attention to details and quality and everything back in the 90s was like on top, in my opinion. Like, even when comparing with these super collectors like high up, um, at least for Disney through Mattel. Again, Shop Disney is even more expensive, but this is like the most expensive that Mattel is producing, and I feel like I think that it feels cheaper in a way. Um, I don't know, maybe it's the nostalgia, but I also feel that, yeah, like seeing this doll from 1996, a child version of me would have expected in 28 years time to have like a super improved version. And it's cool. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a really nice doll. It's very beautiful, but it's almost like, yeah, I don't know. I think that the 90s were the peak when it comes to like extravaganza, and then sometimes we're getting something that it gets closer, but it kind of never tops it up in a way, in my opinion. Although again, I love them both. In this one, this is what you can. This is like the gold effect that you can see that is more, in your face, whereas this one is a bit more subtle. That individually probably was not as recognizable, but now you can see that. I have to say that I love the cut, the design, the different layers, how they've placed them, everything. I mean, they're two different takes. Both of them are different to what she's actually wearing in the animation, and both of them are very beautiful. This is the very 90s take, and this is the new take. The one thing, again, like I have to mention is you can see the difference like around the color. And I know this is a statement that is like very 90s, which is also the time in which she was released, and so it has, the pleated sort of like color is there, but it feels so much shrunk with this doll because of the proportions of the doll, that I feel like even though this one comes with more of like a Barbie head, that is farther away of how Belle actually looks, although it's a really darling doll with the green eyes, the red lips. I love the detailing again for and as you can see, the hair color is exactly the same, so it's dark brown, but it has that little hint of like burgundy. Probably is a little bit more noticeable in this one here, but it's very, very close. um Again, this head is smaller, but then the shoulders are wider, and that is something that, when compared, I feel like these dolls could benefit from wider shoulders, and they should update that at some point. Anyway, so as you can see, for the 90s ones are supposed to give us well, gloves, they sometimes just opted to give us like these sleeves, which were really cool, I have to say. And this one comes with a ring that would go really nicely with these earrings. I have to say it has a very similar design, but this one is chrome and gold, and this is more like plastic gold. And then we're having a different sort of like earring for the one from the 90s. And the volume, obviously this is supposed to be replicating more the silhouette of the dress from the film, and so I like it very much. I also love the iridescent part of it, the ruching effect, the incorporation of this intricate layer on top, because it's not embroidery or anything like that. It's like an applique on top of the satin. And the little rose there is also like very beautiful and it's less articulated. But then again, we're only getting 4 more points. It's not like we're getting like something super extra. That's what I'm saying, that we're, I don't know, I would be expecting as a child that at this time in history we would get a bell that would be fully articulated, like completely. But anyhow, this is what we're getting. And this one here only came with basic pumps from the 90s, and obviously this here comes with the really cool design. Okay, shoes, so that is a plus. But this one came with those little shorts, which are so cute and adorable. So anyway, what can I say? Again, I love them both. I hope you've enjoyed this review and it's been helpful to all of you considering adding this Belle doll to your collection, either for the whole thing or just the face or just the dress on itself. I have to say that overall I'm very happy, and I feel the differences between Disney 100 and the Radiance collection. And well, if you've enjoyed it, well, don't forget to give me a like. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Which one is your favorite? Which part do you like most or least? I would be very interested to know that, and I would, of course, I will be replying to your messages or to your comments for sure. So anyway, for now, I hope you all stay safe, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye bye.